Or
out
squat.
just a few days from some rando who won't bother us, and we can do kind of whatever we need as a little base of operations.
I like
I
that.
can handle that. I'm good at finding those.
We want to do that
We
in
could
town
leave,
or just outside town?
in town would be probably be better, but we could leave. God, fucking Oniromancer, what's his name? Alan,
Alban.
Alban. I'm kind of there.
Albuquerque.
We could leave Alban there, who I don't think is a combatant. We could leave Adeline until we need her.
Aren't
Yeah.
you going to look for Dio?
Also, we need some place to bring our quarry back to once we have them.
Oh yeah. Hey, Adeline, do you know if Dio has any other place has like a business in this city?
What city?
Farkalish.
She kind of like looks at the city in front of you, and then kind of looks back to you. I think I've been here.
Okay, that's vague.
I don't
Business.
Hey,
Uh,
pictures are not very solid.
how many PowerPoints do you have left on that read object talisman?
Hang on. Not many. Why? Hang on.
Well, we need one to read Dio's message. Or we need enough to read Dio's message. I forget what the cost is.
Hey, look it up. Object read.
Object. I always go to read object.
So if you need strong, I have one.
I don't think we need strong. I'm just if we have enough.
You need strong. Season. Oh no, you see and hear visions of the past that took place in his presence. About 5 years. Okay, so no, probably we wouldn't. We wouldn't need strong to hear his thing.
But if we have the ability to, we could pick an object that she has had this whole time. We might be able to just see where she came from in here, and that's probably where Dio is.
Does she have possessions? I don't think she does.
I mean, she
She
has.
has clothes.
Yeah, she has clothes. She has like.
Changed clothes.
She has like.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely changed clothes.
She has like a Lazarus serum port.
I don't think that counts as an object.
I
Yeah.
guess it's
Like,
too.
tell me this: is she a person?
Oh, that,
I've never cast read object on a hollow.
at the read object does require the object to be inanimate, and she is at the very least an animate object.
So would you say the teapot I couldn't read
Why?
because it has an animate like function? It does something by itself. So could you not read certain magical objects if they do something?
Yeah, probably not.
Fascinating.
Okay, that's fine. That was just a
I will
random.
try. I will definitely try at some point to cast read object on a hollow.
That's yeah.
Magic's weird, yo.
Yeah, I say we go find a place to and do some scouting. So wait for a raven.
Okay. So you kind of like walk into the north side of the city here, sort of in around this area. As you're doing that, Alban says, "You know, I am a neuromancer. I might be able to help with this tracking business.
Oh,
You can give me
how
more
so?
information." Well, long-ranged divination, long-ranged viewing, and such.
What do you need to do that?
I would ideally need an object of some significance to the person, which I doubt that you have.
Well, again, is Adeline an object? We know she's at least an animate object.
Wait. We have some Ramadi objects.
It would be from the ones that we are hunting.
Yes. Right? We have that amulet that burns them.
Well, that guy died.
But we have that amulet, right?
Also, I don't think I took that because
You didn't take the aim. No.
We also we don't have the amulet, but we definitely have the firebomb, right? We have that silencer.
yeah,
the
but
rifle?
it has to be owned by the person that we're trying to divine on,
I don't know what the Ramadi are.
and they're
Well,
dead.
then you get into the whole is Adeline an object owned by.
I mean, I have a harmonica. I don't know how greatly he liked this harmonica.
I will also point out that I really doubt Dio would allow such a rookie mistake.
Right.
He's quite paranoid.
Are you looking for a person named Dio or these agents? I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Kind of both. The thing is that I think Dio, if he's alive, he will respond to us.
Let's just look for the agents.
We need more for the Ramadi agents. What? We don't have anything of theirs that would be significant.
Not of one that's still living.
But is it like?
I might be able to do something with. You said that you have something from a dead one.
We have a few things from that one, yeah.
A few
I could
things.
try something with that.
One of them is quite custom,
Less likely, but
and I would imagine the silencer, or excuse me, I don't know that word. The rifle, the particular rifle, is probably not unique to their organization.
I don't have the rifle anymore, but I have the.
You have
thought I was-
interesting.
I thought I was carrying it.
yeah, that would probably do.
What was that, Mr. Dibbs?
Was I carrying the rifle anymore?
Not
I
unless
mean,
we want. I'm not strong enough to use that rifle, so I'm pretty much like it.
Yeah, you gave it to me. So I'd be like, this one?
I mean, did you take it with
I
you?
didn't
Did
take
you
it back
look on
to take the not a silencer off.
We just wanted the one bit off it.
But if you wanted it back, you can have it back.
No, I was a pack mule. I just thought I still had it.
Then it's
Hand
not-
it over. I'll use it. I am neither strong enough to wield it, nor do I know how to
I'll
shoot.
shoot your eye out. Your other eye.
I was in the Navy, and they tried to teach me to shoot. It didn't take.
It didn't, it took one. It took one. Aye.
You're only good at
When I
getting
was
very-
struck by lightning.
Very big guns are fine. It's the smaller ones that are a whole better problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you gonna give the thing to Alban to see if he can do some shit with it?
We don't have a shack yet, right?
No, you don't have a shack. I guess you're just talking about this right now. So
Right.
Like let's find a base.
I am a little worried that these people also are pretty paranoid, and I don't know enough about deviation to know like if our location away,
Right.
if we try
Fuck,
to do.
I don't know. I'm an elementalist. I blast shit.
So
Yeah.
I'm trying to ask him what are the chances? If you wanted to not be divined, how would you what would you do?
it tends to require fairly stationary security measures. There are also some more esoteric methods of deterrence.
mean,
But,
these are like the weapon of the emperor. I'm sure they spare no money on their defenses.
They're
If they are
usually
moving
the hunters,
around,
not the hunted.
if they are moving around, it may be a better chance.
They're,
I would say
but
worst
they're
case
the emperor's
scenario.
hand. They don't hide, right?
Not
They are
particularly,
the
especially
power.
not in a city like this. At
That's
least from what I know of them. I would say worst case scenario, they are aware of my presence and we put them on guard.
I
We
say we'll wait for Dio. If he has no information, then we can like that to try to
Okay.
get information.
All right, so you guys, you head in towards like this area here. So these two clumps of buildings, they're both just like dense sort of shanty towns, basically. They seem to be a combination of people who work on the fields or in the mines. There is a decent number of slaves among them, which are obviously cordoned off into their own sort of blocks of living. You have a somewhat yeah, it's kind of a weird way to approach, but most of the people around here are too preoccupied to pay you too much heed. And you do, with all your camping supplies, look like sort of bivouacking types.
Yeah.
Some
I mean-
explorers or prospectors or the like.
Adeline's probably carried most of that on her
Yeah.
peg leg.
Peg legs like sinking into the dirt.
We'll give her a big cloak with a big hood.
Yes.
And a snowshoe for her peg leg.
But yeah, you get into this area, and are you just looking for like a random shack or like a building that you can like hide in for a little
I
bit?
think in town we want to try to buy or
Or-
out a shack.
Just
It might
like
be
go.
harder to find in town, but yeah.
Okay. So as you're kind of like moving up this way, uh, looking at this sort of part right here, this is sort of like a gate that does appear to be guarded by Arnaki guardsmen. Because this is like the nice part of town.
We're not gonna find a shack in the nice part of town.
But as you're kind of like approaching, like sort of walking up this road, up the hill a little ways, a raven flies down, sort of coming from the south,
Shit, nice.
and it lands on Robin's other shoulder. And you see, it does not have the amulet around it. It actually has a little scroll of paper.
All right.
How close are we to the guards?
You're still pretty far away.
Okay.
Pop that out and read it.
Okay. So the letter says, "It is good to hear from you. I would be cautious going after our friends without careful preparation. That being said, it's likely that they would have information that would prove very useful. If you've dealt with them, it may also be safer to meet. I've heard that many of the Emperor's faithful servants spend their downtime in Madame K's house. Perhaps you could find a trail from there."
That's the blanking on the word.
Oh, Madam K's House of Hedonism. That's got to be a brothel, right?
Brothel, yeah.
Yep.
That's
Probably
Ben.
not.
Probably not.
I kept just thinking prostitute house. I'm like, there's an actual word for it.
Whore house.
And then the last part it says, if you'd like more direct assistance in this matter, then look for a man with a peacock feathered hat in the Golden Swan Inn. Or you may find him after you've conducted your business with our friends. We should talk. And I would like my associate returned. Or my assistant.
All right. To be perfectly frank, I don't want Dio's direct assistance.
Oh no, we should go deal with
He
this.
kind of cocked it all up last time.
So
Anything. The Ramadi might even be watching this peacock guy.
okay. So it's in the nice part of town. So maybe we go find a an
You guys are
apartment,
gonna go to the bathroom while you guys plan your next move.
or like in this area.
Hey, are you thinking not a shack and actually like a nice place?
You have the money for it.
I guess.
It'd be nice. It just
Not a shack. Not a
I-
burger shack.
the more likely we are to find a shack the farther away from this place and probably where we actually want to be is going to be.
Fair enough.
I don't want to be in an inn, probably becoming in and out with various things I don't want people seeing.
We should pick up some different clothes too.
Yep.
Some just like basic disguises. It doesn't have to be fancy. But like I still got all my feathers braided into my hair and my big admiral's hat. Pretty fucking obvious that like I am a pirate. Hey hey.
Why don't we?
They probably wouldn't look. Actually, like hiding in a more upscale place is probably not what they'd expect of us, anyways.
Right.
And it would be close.
Mr. Dibs is probably the less identifiable of the group.
Yeah.
Do we want to send him ahead to go try to find to crash while we? We're gonna be pretty conspicuous as a group of people with a bunch of like camping gear, and
Why don't we go shopping while Mr. Dibs goes and finds us
okay.
a nice place?
How about this? How about we go down to this area? We find a nice barn or something that we can just ditch the other mage and Adeline and our stuff in. Go shopping, Dibs goes tries to find this place to stay, and then at night we bring everything to our new meet.
Yeah. Split the party.
And break.
Look for 3 ways.
Okay, sorry, I only got the last half of that. What was the plan?
Ditch the dead weight. Go shopping. Dibs tries to find us a place to lay low for a few days in this area.
Okay, sort of by the cliffside waterfront.
Yeah, so like not shack, but not the Ritz.
Like a large suite in a Motel 6.
Right.
The
right.
premier suite of the Motel 6.
Primarily with a discreet door.
Your presidential scumbag suite.
Okay, and then Robin and Tara going shopping, and
For basic disguise stuff.
what were you dumping the NPCs?
No.
I was thinking we could find like.
We just want to take them with us. They're not any more conspicuous than we are.
I mean, she's a hollow with a peg leg.
I
So,
mean, like,
the mage is fine.
the mage is fine. I mean, she can just hang out in the background, walking around.
Okay, that's true.
She doesn't have to talk to anybody.
That's kind of her default operating mode.
Okay, sure.
She can carry
so
stuff for us.
So, can we find back this way before we actually get into town a nice place to cache our camping gear?
Let me see. Somebody
Or-
give me
I guess
a.
we're already here. Maybe like as we go through these fields, we'll find like a almost deserted barn or something like that, and just like hide it under some hay bales.
Sure, yeah. As you kind of like go through the little paths in these fields, you just find like a bush or something
Yeah,
on the side of the road, and just like kind of tuck all the camping gear in there.
right. Easily accessible if we need a bale, and we don't really want to be wearing it into.
Somebody give me survival roll. You guys can both give me survival rolls to see, just to remember this location.
Okay. 11.
2.
Tara, you're pretty sure you remember. Robin, you're pretty sure you remember.
Yep.
One of you remembers, actually.
The dice say the same result.
Okay, so you kind of cut through here, and you're gonna go approach from sort of this direction.
Yeah.
All right. At which point, so like shopping, there's this place called the Illustrious Bazaar over here, so that's probably a good place to shop.
It's quite illustrious.
Yep.
Its goods are very, I don't know, precious?
Illustrious.
Would I be able to find basic makeup or something like foundation to make me look less Karite? No, I don't want to look less Karite.
Yeah.
Don't you? Unless you want to pretend to be a slave girl.
That's fine. I'm not going to pretend.
That's probably the best disguise, unfortunately.
We have some golden shackles.
Oh, fuck. Ah, God, that is...
Disgusting.
I'll buy a different pair of shackles.
Yeah, that's the worst.
That is simultaneously the most disgusting, like, show of opulence and the worst form of just douchebaggery.
Degrading a fellow human.
What is it?
You have a slave girl in golden shackles.
Oh,
Yep. All right. Well, to the bazaar.
Yeah. All right.
I'll
So,
keep my head up for
Mr. Dibbs, go ahead and give me either a persuasion roll or a common knowledge roll.
alright. They're the same. So I'm going through just fucking looking
Yep,
for...
so you're headed over this way to try and find yourself a place, and I guess you guys will you figure out a place to meet.
now. Oh yeah.
Probably like the
We'll meet at, like, this intersection here.
okay, sure, yeah.
Alright, I got a 3.
3. Okay. So you're looking around for a place to stay.
For me and my mates.
And we'll get back to that in a second.
Shipmates. No, not shipmates.
So you the shopping crew. You guys are going to the bazaar. What are you looking to purchase?
Upper middle class, average clothes
Okay.
with like servant, little girl servant attire. I think.
All right. Yeah. So there
Yeah.
are a couple of like small shops surrounding the bazaar that have clothing in them. There is also a more fancy shop, the one called labeled number 16 on the map, which is Blood and Silk, which is a very fancy designer clothing store.
It's the one in Solitude.
Yeah.
Is
Those people with terrible customer service. What's that?
Is it too fancy?
It would be the clothing that like nobles would wear to nice events.
If we get invited to a nice event, we can go shopping.
Yeah.
So it would
fancy.
be kind of weird to just be wearing it like around in the streets. Yeah.
But the bazaar probably has something.
Yep. Yeah. Looking around the bazaar, you do find. Let's see. Fine clothing would be 200 marks.
Yep, that's what I've got.
Just to look presentable.
Ugh. All right.
It's
Question.
quite nice. Lots of silks and stuff.
I spent that on like right away, first paycheck.
Yep.
Would it be weird for the woman of the house to kind of like lead conversations in the Arnaki culture? Do I know?
In terms of like haggling and mercantile, the genders are fairly even in Arnaki culture. Haggling is a national pastime, so everybody
Never give up
partakes.
the hustle. The
Yep.
one thing I respect about the Arnaki.
Never give up the hustle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be weird for, say, Debal? Debal?
Who are you even talking about?
The Uniromancer.
Alden?
Not even close.
Alan?
Alden.
Alden?
Alban.
Alban. Albany, New York.
Duval? Where'd that come from?
Alban.
Not even close.
Oh,
You got a couple letters right.
Alban. Alright, so it wouldn't be weird for... Okay. Alright, Alban, your secret identity is my husband, this is our servant girl, and the hollow servant we're trying out for... we're just trying it out. Adeline is your name, that's fine.
That's my name.
But let me do the talking, Alban.
Yeah, very well.
Oh boy.
Robin, you speak when spoken to. Sorry, I
Robin.
really don't mean.
I was gonna say you should probably hold on to my gun.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna.
Shit.
She's got a rifle.
So
I
I'm
don't,
gonna let you hold on to that. Get it
fuck,
to me.
I don't know how to shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess I'll hold on to that.
You kind of like pick it up, and Alban's like, maybe I should carry it.
Sure.
As you like put your hand on the trigger.
Yes, that would be fine.
I'm still gonna keep my pistols on.
Just like put your finger on the trigger and like sweep it across the crowd in front of you.
Actually, you know what? New plan. You are my mage bodyguard. Not my husband. There we go. My husband is Mr.
Very well.
Dibby, somewhere finding us lodgings.
Sounds like a husband name, yes. All right, I'm glad we have the cover story worked out.
Hopefully nobody asks.
So going into the bazaar, it's quite apparent that there's a lot of people here. Most of them are moderate to wealthy, and most of them are wearing nice clothing. You definitely
I'm gonna
stick out a little bit.
I'm gonna take my hat off And
Yep.
I'm gonna pull all the feathers from my hair, all the bright, colorful feathers.
Slightly less savage.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Yeah, so you go into the bazaar. There is a lot of like just nice stuff here, expensive stuff. But it is similar to other Arnaki bazaars you've been to. It's just there's more. The prices are all about double. And there tends to be more of a focus on things that the upper class prefers, such as there's like makeup and jewelry and clothing.
I already hate this place.
There
Yep.
are some recreational drugs, fine
I like this place very
wines
much.
and alcohol. There are like silks,
Can I buy some
some
hashish?
yes. Um,
I will buy
there
some
are
hashish
also some
for you
like
and Mr.
uh,
Dib.
fine like candies and sweets and stuff, um, as well as street meat, of course.
How much is a dose of hashish? Yeah, at whatever the nearest vendor.
A
50
dose.
marks.
I will buy 8, 4 for me and
Dose.
4 for Mr. Dibs.
Okay.
I've still
Mr. Dibs
got
smokes
8 grand.
hashish, if I
Well,
recall.
no, I've been smoking that.
Yeah.
What's that?
This is
it
this is the
cheaper?
good stuff. Yep.
Okay, so 400 marks worth.
So how much?
4 on me.
Let's see. Yes. So the vendor of the drug stall says, yes, this is fine hashish. How do you make from Vara Rashnar, from the homeland? None of this cheap stuff you get here in the New World.
Can I appraise his wares? I'm suddenly very skeptical.
Yes. Give me I don't know, common knowledge roll probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Drug roll.
A 4.
It seems to be of good quality. I mean, you probably never like experienced whatever kind that he's professes to be peddling, but yeah, seems fine to you.
Caleb has no experience with actual hash, so like,
Me neither.
is it?
I
Is
just,
it
I
like
just know
oil?
stems are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it seems legit to you.
Okay. I don't know if you can like identify smells or anything.
Yeah, sniff it. um. Okay, and then you're gonna buy clothing, which I said was 200 marks per set of fine clothing.
What about servant stuff, of which there are 2 servants?
That would, assuming you don't want your servants to be all like ugly looking.
Oh no, there are 3 servants. Is Adeline dressed appropriately, though?
No, not really.
Okay, so
She-
3
I mean,
servants.
like,
Her clothes since she was in that fight.
unless you gave her exchange, like more clothes.
Well, we gave her like a robe, a big robe.
Yeah. So that's what she's wearing.
So 3 sets of servant clothes and 2 sets of
Okay.
moderate clothes.
Yeah, it would probably be like 50 marks for servant clothes, like fine servant clothing.
Okay, I'll cover that.
All right. You purchase the clothing. Is there anything else you would like to do at the bazaar?
Hey, will you get some fruit for Paul? I'm assuming I'm not allowed to carry money.
Right. I'll look for a fruit stall, I guess. What
Yes.
do parrots like to eat?
Paul, what do you like to eat?
Rah. Shiver me timbers.
All right, fruit it is.
Peaches. Rah.
I'll go to the fruit stall and I'll buy one of everything.
some like exotic
Or no,
fruits here.
I'm just gonna hold things up to Paul and see what he wants. Or can Paul pick?
Yeah, he can pick. I mean, he's like bobs his head towards wherever he wants. You maybe get some weird looks from like having your parrot pick out the fruit for, but
Oh, my
whatever.
pet parrot. Yeah, such an
Eccentric.
exotic bird.
Yeah.
Fun. Oh, what the wealthy can afford. What do you want, my pet?
Yeah, you can definitely play it off like that. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like,
Imagine like someone with a chihuahua in their purse, like saying, "And what do you want, Ginger?"
yeah. Ugh. And the shop vendor just like dies inside a little bit. It's like,
And then the chihuahua like shits on the floor, and then they leave.
yep.
No, no better than that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Paula is better than
he
that.
only shits on command. Peaches.
Okay.
All right, he gets a peach.
I don't. Yeah, that's maybe parrots eat peaches. Who knows? Paul does.
How many marks for a peach?
5 marks.
Okay. Wow, that's expensive. It is a peach, I guess.
Everything is expensive here.
A peach is probably not native to this area.
Probably not. No. Paul picks the most expensive thing.
Of course he does. He can't pick like
Dates.
a banana or a pineapple.
No,
Do those grow here? I don't know.
probably.
Coconut.
All right. Yeah, anything else at the bazaar? I think so. Okay.
Just keep an eye out for anybody
Dibs.
on a rooftop.
Whoa, is that a Ramadi agent over there buying some silk?
Oh, I'm more keeping a lookout for them shooting at me. But
All right, Mr. Dibs.
Yeah.
So you ask around for presidential suite lodgings around, and you get directed to the an inn called the Tilted Osprey, which is right on the cliffside. Going over there, you see
Doggy.
it is a. Oh, hey, you see that it is called the Tilted Osprey for a reason. It is like tilted a little bit off the cliff. So quite precarious. Not exactly what you were expecting it for. It does not look like a great inn. And it has quite a few levels. But upon going in, you are able to negotiate a not super great room to stay in. And they only have one room.
Who's in the best room?
They're all the same. There is no best room. Unless I guess the ocean view ones on the east are slightly better. But
All
they're
right.
all.
What's
they're
the
all good,
one
except we only have
closest?
one.
What's the one closest to the exit?
The one we have open is on the ground floor.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it's 15 marks a night for this place, which with your 5 people, this room is going to be a little bit cramped, but it's all you could find. So you have that figured, and after another probably like that whole expedition, both of your expeditions probably took like 2 or 3 hours. So you kind of reconvene at the crossroads here, and are able to update each other. And I assume you're gonna go to the inn room to change clothes and stuff and plan your next course of action.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, this is the only thing I could find. I wish it was a little better.
We won't be staying here for very long. Or a few days. No worse than a ship, right?
Alright. And then I'll explain to Adeline that Dio has instructed us to do a few things. Bring you back to him. Okay? So in the meantime, you're gonna stay here in this room, kill anybody who comes in here that's not us.
Mm-hmm.
What things?
He wants us to. There's some people that want us dead, and he wants us to go explore that. But that will require some nimbleness and blending in that, frankly, you are able to do.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's not your fault.
If someone comes in and says they're housekeeping, do not kill them.
Okay.
But
anyone
do
else?
insist that they leave.
I can do that. I'm good at insisting.
Put the little do not disturb sign on the doorknob.
I don't imagine they have turned down service in the tilting osprey.
I look around, just no. Maybe burn down service.
Hey, but
We could provide that. We have lots of ways we could provide that.
We have numerous
we
methods.
might provide that.
Okay, so yeah, Adeline just, sits in a chair, folds her arms, and prepares to wait. What's the plan now?
Oh, shit.
Currently, it is getting towards evening in the city.
So, our boy thinks he could maybe divine something, but might reveal that he exists and that someone's looking for them. We have a lead at the brothel.
I mean, I say we just go pay off a bunch of prostitutes.
Yep.
They might be pretty high class. Might be hard to, actually. I bet some prostitutes are harder to bribe than most guards.
Okay. It's not a brothel, it's a house of hedonism, okay?
So let's bribe some hedonists.
That's some rich person bullshit.
Yep.
Rich people like sex and drugs just as much as the poor people.
They have more time to do it.
Hey,
But there's different words for everything.
Can you?
Poor
can you-
people are crazy. Rich people are eccentric.
Yes.
Do you have object reading, Alvin?
Yes, I do.
So we go in, pilfer a bunch of objects from each of the prostitutes. Oh god, that's the worst porn ever.
Yeah.
Lemon stealing
like-
whore.
Blinks a couple of times and says, I think there are better ways. I would rather not sift through that, to be honest.
Okay,
Also, we don't even know what this person looks like, right? He wears a mask.
If I recall correctly, the first vibrator was Victorian era tech. Anyways,
How did that?
early 1880s, the first electromechanical vibrator.
God damn! As soon as they
The
invented
innovation
electricity.
shortened treatment time for hysteria.
Ah, yes, hysteria, of course.
Yeah. Anyways. So,
Why do you know that?
it was covered in, other than just being an interesting tidbit, it was covered in one of the Dollop podcasts
Oh, okay.
that I listened to. They covered briefly like weird hysteria stuff.
I know it from Boston Legal. It was
Which is-
in an episode on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some bullshit for, like, wives whose husbands sucked.
Okay, so instead
Anyways.
of getting information directly from the prostitutes, we can just camp outside and kidnap a Ramadi guard as they go in or come out.
Do they actually utilize the prostitutes, though? Or is this more of a... Not a... Maybe like some sort of base of operations or, like, information gathering area?
Well, either way, they'll be coming in and out.
The
We could
old
do
in
some
out,
sort
in
of-
out.
Do we want to go in and look to see how they use the facility? Or do we just want to bait one of them out by using one of us?
Bait.
Like, Mr. Dibbs showing up and utilizing a prostitute isn't that far flung.
No.
No, but I
Mr.
still,
Dibbs, do you want to be bait and have sex with a high-class prostitute?
Always.
What? Wait,
What an easy plan to sell.
wait.
Did you even wait? Is it for something?
He just totally skipped the bait part.
Yeah.
Tipping them off that we're here.
I mean, Mr. Dibbs going in to see a prostitute might be the easiest way in.
But then they know
You
that we're
could maybe swipe something, or like, I will pay you 500 marks for your hairbrush, no questions asked.
Yep. I could be a creep.
Fetish thing. Yeah.
I could get something else too.
But what would the hairbrush do? Then we're back to the world's weirdest porn.
Yeah,
Magical voyeurism.
I don't want to object read a prostitute's personal items.
No,
That's too much.
no.
Well,
no,
it probably wouldn't be that bad. I mean, like, oh, some high-class people had some sex.
That's a lot of sex.
Ooh, I've seen demonic horrors from the other world. I think I'll be fine with some saggy balls.
Meanwhile, Robin's over there. Ew.
Bro. At least only one person has to see it.
And it's not even any of us, it's Alban.
I mean, he would rather find other ways, personally. Also, he seems to be somewhat skeptical about the usefulness of such a thing.
Yeah. So okay. So what is the end goal here? Right. Is to find one to kidnap.
Yes.
Seems to be the end goal, yeah.
So I think sending Mr. Dibbs in might be the best option. He either there's three ways that turns out, I think.
3-way. I can handle that.
Depending on how much money you want to spend. He either ends
I've
up
got a
getting
lot.
jumped by a Ramadi agent. Perfect. He either finds nothing and just ends up having sex with a prostitute, which he was probably going to do anyways. Or third, he finds something useful that might help us hone in on why they use this facility.
Or 4, someone recognizes him and then tips off the reminder that we're in town.
Well, have
And
Paul
then they jump
like
him. That was option 1, right?
have Paul like surveil and see if anyone goes running. You know, once I go in.
Right, but I think ideally we're wanting to find one off guard and take him without raising any alarms.
Yep.
And I feel like raising all the alarms is a
I've got some knockout poison. I've got some stuff. I could slip it in a drink. I could get this done.
How recognizable is Mr. Dibbs?
He's a one-eyed Velishman. So, I mean, you don't see his face this kind of person every day. I'll say that. He is more recognizable than your average Joe.
So what if I took off the eye patch and like put a glass eye in there?
I mean, probably like 1% less recognizable.
Shucks.
Maybe 5%. You're
'Cause,
still
like,
a
I-
bailiffman with a obviously fake eye.
Hmm. But it's like the fact that they're looking for a pirate, so patch.
I mean, that is a somewhat manufactured stereotype.
That I have been working
It's
on,
only
thank you.
perpetuated by your crew.
Yeah, perpetuated by me personally.
When your goal is to, when in the future, when people think of pirate, they think of your face.
Yeah, my eye patch face.
Yes. You will be recognized unless you do some like some makeup disguise. You're gonna be pretty recognized.
All right, what if you just punch me in the face a bunch till I'm bleeding and bruised and swollen up?
Then you're gonna be recognizable as a person who got beat up,
Damn.
I guess. You're like, man, you should probably go to a hospital, not like a brothel.
Okay, I mean,
So it's a 50-50 at this point, Captain, whether I'll be recognized at that brothel.
I mean, that's assuming that anyone is there who would have a chance of like knowing you as a person of interest.
they're probably not using the brothel to observe patrons, though.
No, they're probably using it as a
Right?
brothel.
Like, it's probably just a cover. Maybe they use the brothel to, like, extract information from local nobles. In which case, they probably wouldn't recognize you and think you're just from out of town. Not like, this is clearly that wanted pirate from that one frigate
Right.
that hasn't docked.
How about this?
I mean, I'm 100% for go to this brothel plan.
How about this? He goes to the brothel.
Yep.
I go invisible and get super sneaky and go with him just because
Oh, no.
the idea of
I
being,
definitely
I will not
won't be able to
in that
perform
room.
if you're there.
I will not be in that room. I will be looking around to see if there's other interesting things that we could find out.
All right. It's not the worst idea.
But then we're within shouting distance of helping each other.
Okay. Trying to think.
Yeah.
It's only really useful if I know when. Okay. I was trying to think of what I was doing during that time. I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
And then, Alvin, can you...
I'm not up to much during it, but that's okay.
You can be on the lookout.
Alvin, can you cast Mind Link?
I can, yes.
Be right back.
Minds, you're are within like a block away.
Yeah.
You'd
Well,
be
my-
in the van on.
I'm trying to think how. It's not super useful unless we know Ramadi are going to show up. I was trying to think how I could work a ritual into it. But that's pretty far flung. I don't think that would
Now,
work.
I will say, I'm willing to bet that the Ramadi have some sort of tracking or something. So it might be nice to have a ritual set up and like ready to go in the apartment for dispel, or like keep like an area of like
For sure.
Faraday cage for magic.
I mean, I do have the major bone talismans available, so I'm not as worried about that. The biggest thing would be I'd like my magic boosted, because that is what's going to help me break the spell, or break object magic.
Right.
But I can't cast that. Yeah, there's not. I don't think there's a whole lot I can do ritual-wise to prepare for this. I think I'm just back up at that point, which is fine.
All right.
All right. So
And
next time,
figure out how to make this go wrong.
Mr. Dibbs is going to go on a covert mission. into the brothel. Let's see how that. My guess is not well.
What do you mean? This is gonna
Just
go
giving you- I
great.
guess you did do that one stealth mission in Backroom that went off well without a hitch.
Yeah. He's.
We've
I
we've
mean, like
a few things that went off without a hitch.
he's the goofball of the group for sure, but that doesn't mean he's incompetent.
No, for sure.
Especially when it comes to ladies of the night.
Yeah.
He's in his element here.
Mm-hmm. I know what I'm doing.
All right. Well, that should
I'm
be
hopeful.
This is
And
this is
super
like
nervous.
this is like sending a snake charmer to fight a group of snakes. I got this.
All right. Well, so next time we'll see how it all plays
Or
out.
like sending a snake to fight a group of snake charmers.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
We shall see.
Oh man, you bet your ass I'm gonna be using some siphon next time. Or some offsides. Not siphon.
Don't mix them up. All right. What XP are you guys at? 84, right?
I have 83, but I've been having trouble saving.
I threw away my character sheet. Hold on. 84.
Okay. 1 XP up to 85. Which is not an advance. You get an advance it.
Nope, we only get 2 left. 2 more of those.
Yep. Much.
Oh man, I can't wait to get in a
Unless
dip.
for
That's one to my
whatever
casting.
reason we end up going over 100 on this game.
Tara's just slowly becoming a god.
Come on, let's go into the storm wall. It'll be great. It'll be fun, I promise.
We'll get there.
Guys.
And then by the time we do, you'll actually be able to do something. Instead of just die.
I'm gonna figure your guys' shit out.
Solve all the problems by going on the suicidal mission into
As I see it, I've made 3 unbreakable vows. 1 with the fucking elf, 1 with Dibs, and 1 with Robin. I got 3 things to do.
Yep.
You'll get it. We got quite the little agenda. That is quite the huge agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my agenda is everyone else's agenda. Although Robin's is kind of odd.
So, what is the best lead now for Luca's situation? This book?
I mean, you found out from the elf, the herald, that you have to break the genie's wish curse, which would require you to summon a genie and get them to undo it, which has a lot of complications and also requires a very powerful spellcaster with knowledge of that sort of ritual. Or you can try and you can make a deal with a entity of greater or equal power to break the curse, which doesn't reverse it, but would allow Luca to die or regain a body by some other form of magic.
Okay.
Which I think Tara's running theory is that the beast of the storm wall is this creature.
This primordial book is quite interesting in that regard because it might have something on it.
So this is
We
gonna
also
be
got
a
this.
giant culmination of like your big thing and Luca's big thing, and it's all gonna work, or we're all gonna die.
We've also got the Mistborn cloth where I trapped some part of a immortal soul, which seems like it might be a worthy sacrifice
of an immortal soul
to either free the one girl, and or maybe Luca. It's similar in concept, but Tara's not a learned woman.
What?
She just has a lot of juice.
And a lot of bottles.
Yeah.
A lot of
Very
bones.
few reservations about using it.
If
A lot
she
of
was
bones.
a third order caster, I